What is up, my simple cooks? It's Johnny here, helping you build your confidence in the kitchen one video at a time. Today we are making one of the classics, spaghetti bolognese. I still remember back in 2013 when I first started learning how to cook, I wrote down a list of all the classic recipes that I wanted to try and learn. Near the top of that list was spaghetti bolognese. And so I remember scrolling through countless amounts of YouTube videos on how to cook spaghetti bolognese, trying to find a video that I liked. If you're a beginner in the same position as me a couple of years ago, I hope this is the video that makes you go, oh, I really want to learn how to make spaghetti bolognese. So the first thing we need to do for this dish is a bit of mise en place. If you're not familiar with the word, it's a French term that means getting all your ingredients prepared before you start cooking. We need to cut up an onion, carrot and garlic, which will form the basis of our bolognese sauce. So go ahead and dice up a brown onion. Make sure you use a sharp knife. If you're using a blunt knife, get those tissues ready because your eyes are going to tear up like a waterfall. Peel a carrot, quarter into 4 slices and cut it into little cubes. And finally, peel the garlic and finally dice that. Awesome, we got our garlic, carrots and onions, so time to cook up some bolognese. Preheat a pan over medium-high heat, drizzle a bit of olive oil and add your mince into the pan. Break it up with a spatula and you want to fry the meat off until it's nice and brown. This should take about 5 minutes. A little tip is to use a whisk to separate the mince, but don't whisk too hard, otherwise you might scratch and damage your pan. About 1 to 2 minutes into frying the mince, you'll start seeing a lot of water come out. Don't worry, just keep frying. The water will evaporate and you'll start hearing the sizzling sounds again. Once you hear the sizzle, that means the meat is frying again, which is what we want. Once the meat is starting to turn brown, add the onion, carrots and garlic. Saute everything until the onions are nicely browned and softened down. This should take about another 5 minutes. Also, don't forget to give everything a generous seasoning of salt and pepper. Once your vegetables and mince are starting to brown off nicely, you'll notice some sticky bits at the bottom of the pan. Don't worry, you're not burning anything. Those sticky bits actually pack a ton of flavor. What we need to get those sticky bits incorporated into the sauce is a bit of liquid. This is what we call deglazing the pan. So I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of red wine to deglaze the pan. Once the liquid goes in, just use your spatula and dig up those sticky bits off the bottom. Make sure you're using a wooden or plastic spatula. If you use a metal one, you'll ruin your pan. We just want to cook out the wine for about a minute. What will happen is the alcohol will get cooked away and what you're left with is that lovely, sweet flavor of the wine. But if you don't have wine around the house, just use a bit of stock instead. Lovely, everything is looking dark and rich. Now it's time to add in the rest of our ingredients. So go in with a sprig of rosemary, 2 dried bay leaves, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree and 2 tins of canned tomatoes. Then just wait till the sauce comes up to a rolling boil. When you see bubbles forming on the surface, lower the heat to a medium-low and let it simmer for 45 minutes. What will happen during this time is that the sauce will gradually evaporate and thicken up. What we'll be left with is a hearty bolognese sauce. When your sauce is almost ready, bring a pot of water up to a rolling boil, salt the water and add in some spaghetti. Cook the spaghetti according to your packet instructions. While our pasta is cooking, let's go check up on our gorgeous bolognese sauce. Perfect, you can see how the sauce is really thickened up. It's gooey, it's meaty, this is going to be delicious. You can see from the side of the pan how much this sauce has actually reduced. That's because that 45 minutes of simmering we did earlier has evaporated a lot of that liquid and allowed amazing flavor to develop in this pan. Can't wait to eat this. Now, here's a little tip when it comes to serving. Get a fry pan over a low heat, drag in your pasta so that a bit of the lovely starchy water gets carried over. The water will help combine the pasta with your sauce. And then add a ladle of your amazing bolognese sauce. Give everything a good mix. A little toss if you're brave enough. Using a separate pan really helps combine your pasta with your bolognese sauce. Beautiful. Now transfer this onto a plate, add another little ladle of bolognese sauce over the top, and generously grate over some Parmesan cheese. Wipe your plate with a tissue, and finally, garnish with some fresh basil leaves. Now that's what I call a spaghetti bolognese, or spag bol as we call it in Australia. By the way, if you're new to cooking and you don't really know where to start, I've got a free 5-ingredient cookbook that you can download. I'll leave a link in the description box down below. And that, my friends, is my spaghetti bolognese recipe. Growing up, Mum would cook this recipe all the time, so this dish really just brings back those childhood memories. It's one of those basic recipes which I think every beginner cook should learn how to make. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below what other recipes you'd like to see on this channel. Also, if you want to see the next episode, subscribe down below, hit the notification button to get notified of our weekly videos. On this channel, we upload videos about simple recipes and cooking techniques that help you get more confident in the kitchen. Anyways, I'm out.
Hi, YouTube. Hello.
There you go.
Wait.
Yeah.
Can I get another fork?
No, it's okay. I haven't eaten this fork yet.
Okay.
Here.
Let me. It's just nice.
Yeah? It's nice?
I should tie my hair.
That's alright. Say bye.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Cheers. Wait, these bits are close.
These bits are close.
Really should have got another plate, eh?
Wine.
It's too close.
Retard. Dude, I didn't film it.